Hi everybody, this is, hey guys, in today's video, I'm gonna be telling y'all 4 things that I have had to unlearn and stop telling myself in order to actually grow and actually make progress in my life. If you like the vibe, make sure to subscribe, and without further ado, let's get into it. The first thing I had to unlearn was that one bad move doesn't ruin a whole day. I think it was today actually. Earlier this morning, when I first woke up, I did not get out of bed first thing in the morning. And to me, that was like something that I used to get upset about. And I was like, why would I just lay in bed for like 20 minutes after waking up when I have all these things to do? And then I kind of went on my phone for a few minutes. And I kind of had to just stop for a second and realize kind of how this was going to make me feel after. And deep down, I was like, girl, you've already procrastinated getting out of bed. You've already started scrolling on your phone. So this day is starting to look off pretty bad. Low-key, the rest of the day might suck. And that was my old mindset, but honestly, just because you mess up one thing or one thing doesn't go your way does not mean the whole day is a disaster. Okay, I know like it feels that way, but we have the ability to change how the day is gonna look. Just because you do something that you feel like you failed or you feel like you messed up or just something didn't happen the way you wanted it to, it doesn't mean that the whole day is wasted, I promise. Don't forget that you are in control of your actions and you are able to decide what decisions you make the rest of the day. Another thing I had to unlearn was listening to my feelings. And I know this sounds kind of weird because you might be like, wait, Ashley, I thought you said that we should, honor our feelings and treat ourselves with kindness, and like, what do you mean just disregard our feelings? So I'm not saying to disregard our feelings, but we can't let our feelings dictate us, because sometimes we're feeling things that aren't the truth, or sometimes we're feeling things because our brain is comfortable and we've been doing something for so long in the same way. Any kind of change, even if that change is good, kind of seems like weird to our brains. So if you're trying to do something new, if you're trying to do something that you don't normally do, or you're trying to change a certain habit, then that might seem like a no-go to your brain, and your brain's gonna be like, girl, I don't want to do this. We don't normally do this. No, that's not a good idea. But then doing that thing is actually good for you. So even though your brain is telling you, I'm tired, like we shouldn't do this, if that thing is good for you, then you just have to put those feelings in your pocket and carry them with you and say, okay, I'm gonna keep these feelings, but I'm not gonna let them control what I already have planned. So sticking to the plan and not letting our feelings run our lives has made a really big difference for me. If I listened to my feelings every day, I would not be going to the gym most days. I would not be pushing myself in school most days. Pushing yourself, even through the hard times and the hard feelings, is gonna help you grow. The next thing I had to unlearn was the idea in my head that I wasn't cut out for certain things. I feel like as people, it's really easy to restrict ourselves to a certain box and think you're not cut out for certain things just because society tells you you're not the type. Even if you yourself, you just don't really see yourself being able to do something that insane. You don't see yourself being able to do something with that amount of success or whatever it is that you really want to do, but you're just doubting yourself. And that's when I had to realize that, again, your feelings aren't always the truth. It literally sounds cheesy, but you are capable, okay? You are in control of your actions, and you don't realize the amount of potential you have. And guess what? If you keep telling yourself that you aren't good enough and that you shouldn't even try because there's no way that you're actually going to be able to do this, then you're not going to start, and you aren't going to accomplish that because you never even started, because you're telling yourself that you can't do it. My advice, stop listening to your feelings, because your feelings are oftentimes liars. Your thoughts are usually not really the truth. This is just something that I've really been realizing lately. I just have to be like, okay, first of all, who said any of that was true? And someone in your life maybe have said some of those things to you. Whatever limiting thoughts you're telling yourself, maybe someone has told you that in your life, and that's why you keep thinking that. But guess what? Just because that thought keeps replaying Just because someone said something about you, that doesn't make it true. That doesn't mean you're any less. That doesn't mean you're not capable of doing crazy and amazing things in your life. That doesn't mean you're ugly. That doesn't mean anything, okay? Your future is what you make it. And you can help make your future by telling yourself that you can do it. Okay? Like, it sounds like crazy and it sounds kind of cheesy and it sounds kind of cliche, but honestly, being kind to yourself and telling yourself that you can do this, that you are capable, that's what's going to keep you going, and you're going to realize that things can pay off, because you just have to be okay with the journey and realize that those kind of things are capable. You are capable of doing amazing things. And the last thing I had to learn is that failure does not mean you suck. Failure means that you are learning and you are trying and you are progressing. Because when you fail, that checks off one of the boxes for being like, okay, this thing didn't work, but what if I try this? Failure is a part of life. Literally all of the most successful people in the world have failed multiple times before they've reached where they are now. And just because we fail and just because we're not where we want to be right now, failure is just a part of life. And what's really going to help you grow and what's really going to help you become closer to your goals is just not giving up when you fail. Because that's the only way that you can fail, is by not trying. I really hope that this video helped you guys a little bit. If you guys like the vibes, make sure to subscribe. I love you guys. I hope you guys have a good day. I hope you guys can take this and kind of apply it to your life and really think and really realize how much you are capable of. And I'll hopefully see you in my next video. Bye!